Hey guys, welcome to APG. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be talking about the gaming news of the week. Let's begin with Zack Snyder taking to Twitter and showing us what Darkseid is going to be looking like in the upcoming Snyder Cut of Justice League. Nothing else is known about the movie other than it will be releasing on HBO Max sometime next year in 2021. Next up, we have our first look at what appears to be Super Nintendo World completely finished over at Universal Studios in Japan. It makes sense for the theme park of Nintendo to be done by this time, since it was to be opened by the 2020 Olympics that is being hosted in Tokyo, Japan. Obviously, because of the pandemic, everything has been postponed, so we don't know when it will be opening. But hey, at least they're done, so that means it'll be coming to other places like Orlando, Europe, or wherever else Universal Studios is. Next up, still in the movie category, Lionsgate has confirmed that Oscar winner Cate Blanchett will be taking the role of Lilith in the live-action adaptation of Borderlands. Nothing else is known at this time, but seems like a pretty good casting if you ask me. Now, let's move on to Sony. Sony has told its developers that every game that they submit for certification must be compatible with the PlayStation 5 starting on July 15th. What this means is that any game that they receive on that date moving forward must be compatible with both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. This is great if you ask me, because that way, even though you might not buy the PlayStation 5 when it comes out, since Sony has said that they won't be making as much consoles at the beginning of its launch because of resources, I'm not entirely sure. But it's good because that way you can play those PS5 games on your PS4 and just wait it out a little bit more. Sony has told its developers that it will be contacting them directly and telling them how PlayStation 5 compatibility will begin to work. So yeah, that sounds good. Sticking with Sony, this week on June 5th was supposed to be a PlayStation 5 event showcasing PlayStation 5 games and all kinds of information. But Sony has postponed this this event and stating, while we understand gamers worldwide are excited to see the PlayStation 5 games, we do not feel that right now is a time for celebration, and for now we want to stand back and allow more important voices to be heard. Obviously, with everything that is going on around with everything, lots of companies are postponing their events, and obviously that stuff is more important. And hey, we've been waiting this long for PlayStation 5 news. We can wait a bit longer. We're not gonna die. Obviously, no info has been made on when the event will take place again, but we'll just have to wait. And finally, our last piece of news is Nintendo showcased a little trailer for its deal for the Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC, Isle of Armor. Now, they stated that this DLC will be released on June 17th, 17th, which is only a couple days away. About damn time I can finally get back into playing Pokemon. They also revealed 2 new Reggie Pokemon. One Reggie is named Regieleki, something like that. It is an electric type Pokemon and has the new ability Transistor. It also has a special move only for him called Thunder Cage. The other Reggie is called Regidrago. Obviously by its name, it's a dragon type. It has the ability Dragon's Maw and a new move called Dragon Energy, which does more damage the higher the HP is of the attacker. Next up, they finally revealed the typing for the Galarian Bird Trio. Articuno is psychic flying with the ability competitive. It has a new move called Freezing Glare, which may leave the target frozen. Zapdos is fighting flying. He has the ability Defiant and a new move called Thunderous Kick, which does damage and lowers defense. And Moltres is dark flying with the ability Berserk and a new move called Fiery Wrath that does damage and can cause the opponent to flinch. Next up, they showed Galarian Slowbro, which is a poison psychic type Pokemon, and has the new ability Quick Draw and a new move only for exclusive to Slowbro called Shell Sidearm. It poisons the opponent and does physical or special damage based on which does the more damage. They also finally showed Gigantamax, Venusaur, and Blastoise, each with their own special move. For Venusaur is G-Max Vine Lash, which does damage and continues to do damage for 4 turns to any non-grass type Pokemon. And Blastoise gets G-Max Ganonade, which does damage and continues to do damage for 4 turns to non-water types. This sounds amazing. They finally gave them Gigantamax. Finally, they're not being left behind. It's Charizard, because I'm sorry, but he's not the best. And finally, Gigantamax Urshifu, which is the new legendary Pokemon from the Isle of Armor. If you get the single strike one, its G move is One Blow and Rapid Strike. And if you take the Rapid Strike one, its G move is Rapid Flow. Now that is all the gaming news and movie news of the week. Hopefully we'll catch you in the next one. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.